I want to talk to you about what I believe happens. So in my other video, I was talking about my beliefs and morals, but on this one, I just want to tell you what I believe happens when you die. And we all know we will all die. Yeah, in a way, that's true. You know, as someone who's almost 30, I thank God that I'm alive. I'm thankful. And I thank Jesus Christ and, the Spirit letting me live. That's good. Here's the good thing. When you're born, you're alive. That's good. Look at me. Look at this. I'm breathing. I'm moving. That means I'm alive. But here's the bad thing. And hopefully, when I'm an old man, I don't want anyone to die, But if I should be an old man, now, one of these days we will die, and that's not good, Dying is one thing, like, for example, someone who has cancer, they don't deserve it. Some people have lung disease. Some people have other things. I don't know why they died that way. It's wrong. Yeah. But, as a result, we die. Now, why do we die? Well, there are a few answers. Sin and other bad things. It's not just that, Maybe you have some genetic or hereditary disorder. I don't know. And for those who died, well, if you're watching this video and someone died a few minutes ago, I feel sorry for you. I mean it. I lost my dad, like 2 years ago. And, it's just me and my sister, and my mom. Good thing is my mom's still alive. Okay. And my sister, she's young and, I think she'll live a long life. And it depends on my health. I may live longer, I don't know. But the thing is, you live once, take this seriously, okay? Every moment you're on earth, it's important, okay? It's a gift from God. Now, as someone who's an agnostic, as I said before, I was raised Christian. So it doesn't matter if you're a Christian, Catholic, Jewish, or any religion watching this video. What matters is we live. Eventually we will die. Now, here's what I believe happens when you die. Now, you may have your own beliefs, okay, but when we die, I believe this, when I die, I will be taken to the grave, a big hole. Don't cremate me, I prefer to be buried, that's the normal thing. Cremation, I don't think it's normal. So, I get a hole, I get a tombstone, and I have a coffin. Yeah, I don't have them yet. But the thing is, you need to be careful how you live, Okay, now that's physical. Okay. So, what happens spiritually, like after you die? Well, some say heaven, hell, purgatory, limbo, reincarnation, and some people say nothing. I'm not sure, but if there is an afterlife, I'll let you know. I don't know if I'll go to heaven or hell, And there are some people out there who are atheists and they say nothing happens. And, as a kid, that was scary. Now, I didn't meet any atheists back then, And, I remember hearing my mom say, you'll go to heaven. But she never said hell. And I'm sure I have some Catholics in the family as well as Lutherans. I have a lot of Lutherans. On my mom's side, I don't know what my dad believed. I think he was atheist. I think he was agnostic. I don't know. But no matter what, you're going to live once and die. You know, good thing is we live. And the bad thing is we will die. And you know, here's something. Now, I don't know if I'll live that long. But if I become an old man, if I'm in my 80s and I have gray hair, you know, I start losing it, you know, I look like this, but, you know, like, let's just say that I have a house next to a street, you know, near the mountains, and I'm on the porch swing, and it's a beautiful day, and I'm at peace. And I have a shotgun, you know, and across my lap. You know, I might hunt a deer. You know, and then my wife, which I don't have, you know, I'm not married. I don't have any kids, you know. I'd like to get married, you know. I'd like to be a dad, you know, a husband. So when I'm an old man, I'll be saying, well, I know. You know, I just want to sit there. And then one of these days I'll die in peace. You know, sounds like the way to go. Well, I don't know how we're going to die. But, you know, if it's slow and painful, you know, well, the thing is, always be thankful that you're alive. Because the idea of death, it scares me. It really does. Our Savior died, and he's alive. You know? So, yeah, that's it. You live and you die. That's it.